notification button and just continue to show love because I appreciate you guys. All right. So as y'all can see, the title of this video is Should Max B Get Low Until He Drops Some Music? Meaning, should he's already in the studio, he's already focused as he should be. So that's without a doubt. But should he remain in that zone until he actually drops some music and he's performing and he's touring, what have you? Um, he by him, making all of these rounds, going to visit people and we're not gonna say visit people, but just making his rounds, doing what he's doing, right? Being seen in the light, being seen, doing different things or whatever. It's unfortunately it has brought him, it has got him into a little bit of negativity, meaning uh, via social media, okay, due to the situation that just happened at the Brandy and Monica concert, right? So I did some research and um, it gave me a number of reasons why he should lay low and until he, releases music and is touring, right? So it says when someone is newly released, they're often still under supervision, behavioral restrictions, travel limits, staying quiet, avoiding crowds, keeping a clean routine reduces the risk of violations, misunderstandings. What happened the past couple of days was a misunderstanding. People are misunderstand. They're hearing things from the media, and they're creating their own narrative. Right? Being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Okay, not saying that being at the Brandy concert was in the wrong place at the wrong time, but in order to create that sense of being cautious, you don't want to be everywhere. Okay? Um, Meaning the clubs, like be easy with some of these clubs. I know he's gonna be getting offered a lot of bags for a lot of the club appearances and things of that nature, but we gotta play it safe, man. We got to play it safe because everybody knows a lot of these situations, a lot of some of the main reasons rappers got locked up because of clubs. Look at Shine. You understand what I'm saying? So um, I think I think Max B, if he can just get in the studio, focus on his music. Um, I know he has to pay bills. He has to do different things. Like I get it. But see, that's where you know um, not living beyond your means comes into play, right? Instead of buying all these chains, instead of buying all these cars, instead of buying all these different things that looks good on camera, on TV, or whatever the case is, you stack that bread, you get you some property, you save it, you invest it. Like this is what you got to do. Like we're not trying to appeal to the YNs or to the younger generation. There's a whole demographic out there that respects you, that respects your wave, that respects you for who you are because you're an artist, because you're a musician. You understand what I'm saying? So someone with a name in the industry can unintentionally attract opportunists, people looking to get a name, or for something. You know what I mean? They know who your girl is. They know who your wife is. They know who your kids are. Whatever the case is, opportunists, people looking to feed off of negativity and gain something from it, right? Old street ties. You in these clubs. You in these. You on the streets or whatever the case is. You got people out there that mad that you home. They mad because you got French Montana around you. They mad because people blessing you with the chains and all of that. So you got to be careful for the old street ties. You got to be careful for the clout chasers, the ones out there that's only out there for the clout, the ones that's out there to do harm or bring harm to you so they can gain clout and said, yeah, I did that. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to be careful for that. Media bait. Bam, number one. Public attention can track media bait. Laying low protects them from that. There's a couple of bags that you're going to have to sacrifice and turn down in order to protect your peace, in order to protect, your sanity. You just did all that time. You got to protect it. You got to remain humble. You understand what I'm saying? What kept you humble, what kept you sane those past 18 years, you got to get into that same zone, get in that same element. You got to show growth, okay? Media bait. You got people out here saying things on social media, things that are not true, or bringing up old things from the past or whatever the case is that can kind of keep you in that in the past, you know. So be careful for that negative press. You got people dropping negative press involving your name in situations that it don't deserve to be in. Okay, that public attention, it's a gift and it's a curse. You're gonna have to sacrifice some of those bags. Get in the studio, stay in the studio, stay out the clubs. I know the money's in the clubs. Stay out them clubs, man. Real talk. Like niggas is grown. Niggas is hitting 50, B. Like what we doing out here, y'all? What we doing? Like this, like look at Jay, man. Niggas don't learn from 444. Come on, man. Jay-Z said it the best, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see Jay-Z chilling in clubs? Yeah, he owns, you know, was the 4040 club or whatever the case is. But do y'all see Jay-Z sitting in clubs popping bottles? You know what I mean? Like he's not the big homie for nothing. Like let's really take notes. Let's really take notes, man. Cause I'm taking notes. Unnecessary conflict. You know, when you out here and you in these clubs, you doing all these appearances or whatever, it brings unnecessary conflict. You know, people, they love your music, man. You know what I mean? What you did with Brandy and Monica, that's the energy. That club energy, we don't need that, man. You don't need that energy. If dudes ain't trying to have you open for them on tours or touring with them or whatever the case is, you know, you can do SOBs. You can do there's actual situations where you can perform and you don't have to be in the in the crowd mingling or whatever the case is. Not saying that he's mingling in clubs. I ain't seen him mingle in clubs, you know, but performing at the clubs or doing club appearances. I think those are the those are the situations that's kind of like fickety. You got to be very careful of, you know. Okay, rebuilding stability. Coming home requires adjusting mentally, rebuilding relationships, establishing new habits, creating predictable structure. Music gives purpose, income path, positive outlet. Okay, make sure you're subscribed to this channel, man. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you hit the notification button so y'all can get that notification when I'm on here live. You feel me? Like we gotta stop playing. All right. Um, controlling the narrative. The music speaks first. Okay, he's dropping. I believe Max is dropping on Black Friday. He's dropping Black Friday. He allegedly he may be dropping Black Friday. If he drops on Black Friday, then it will probably be a purge. I can see iTunes, the internet shutting down when Max B drops his first tape since being home. Shout out to Wale. Shout out to Wale. I think he might be one of the most underrated rappers out right now because, you know, his music isn't about, you know, popping pills, calling women bees and what's this, the drill music or whatever the case is. Wale, he somehow snuck an album out of the cracks. Pause. Okay, and his album is fire. Make sure y'all go download not Max, Wale's album. Like it's a calm album. He has some good samples on there, SWV, some other, you know, 90s artists or what have you. And Wale is a very, very respectable artist, man. You understand what I'm saying? I really wish him and Meek Mill was still cool. If, you know, I don't know if they're cool or not, but they haven't dropped any music together. And I remember the last time I heard of them dudes, chatting it up. Was they had a beef? You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Wale, man. His mute. Make sure y'all go peep his project. It's on all platforms. The joint is fire. Max B, he might be dropping something on Black Friday. Make sure y'all go peep that. I want to see my man Max. I want to see him. I've never met him before. Actually, no, I have met him before. I met him once, but I don't know him personally. I know his brother. His brother's a cool dude. Shout out to Vaughn. But I really want to see Max B succeed in this music business like he was. I'm sitting here watching some of the things on YouTube, some of the situations him and Jim had. Man, I understand. I can really understand why Jim might be still in a place of not wanting to be friended with Max B. Some of the stuff he was saying about uh, Jim was and his lady was kind of foul. And I can understand why Jim would feel that way. And like Jim said on Queen's Flip interview, he said, "I forgive him, but I don't forget." He forgives, but he doesn't forget. I'm not saying they will never be able to patch that relationship up, but time heals all wounds. You understand what I'm saying? So um, you never know. We never know. I think some of the best music that Max did was with Jim Jones. Some of the best music he did was with Jim Jones on Bird Gang. Jim Jones has a very good vision for music, and we can't take that away from him. I don't care how much y'all feel about Jim Jones, how he's the old YN or whatever y'all want to call him or whatever. But he keeps himself relevant, and he is a vision. He knows how he has a great vision for music, for the art. You understand what I'm saying? Um, some of the biggest songs that Max B made that was radio friendly, were the songs that he did with Jim Jones. You know, and you know, it is what it is. Max B also has his own good music that are on some of his mixtapes that are very, very appealing to the ear. And is Max, he will be able to stand on his own. I believe he will be able to stand on his own. I just feel that he needs A&R team who can position his music and place his music where it needs to be placed. Like it needs to be positioned correctly. It cannot drop like it's a mixtape. Like his PR team, his management team, the advertising, the marketing, everything needs to be A1. He's gonna have some good features. I think the features are gonna do him well. He's gonna need some big features though. I'm talking who can he get? Maybe like a Brandy or a Monica or I don't know who's out there. Maybe like a Chris Brown. If he can get a Chris Brown on his on his project, if he can get a who's out there, top dogs. You got Chris Brown, you got Usher. You got to get some big artists. I would go for Chris Brown though. You got to go for Chris Brown. You want to go for artists who are packing out arenas, maybe like a Drake or something like that, or maybe like a Kendrick Lamar. Max B has to get his project needs to have heavy hitters on there that can position him and put him in a place with the big dogs. So where Jay-Z's listening. You understand what I'm saying? Like Jay-Z, I know he respects Max B's wave. Gotta respect the wave. You understand what I'm saying? There's so many different artists out there that are now they have to be A-list artists. They can't be these artists who are B-list or C-list. I saw him in the studio with A Boogie. You know what I mean? Um, even yeah, Chris Brown, Drake, Wiz Khalifa. Yeah, I was definitely thinking Wiz Khalifa because Wiz Khalifa stood tall for him when Kanye dropped I think he tried to drop an album called The Wave or something like that. Snoop Dogg, he has to drop a project that has those heavy hitters on it, unless it will just be another mixtape. We need this. We need this project to be like, because he never really dropped an album. I think that's what all, and this is why when he got on stage the other day at the concert, nobody knew who he was. He was like, it was like he was just through, nobody knew who he was. Only the people who knew who he was like, Monica. You know what I'm saying? A few people in the audience, you know, um, and Ja Rule. Nah, let me stop. But nah, shout out to Ja Rule. Ja Rule, people saying he got jumped or whatever the case is, you know what I mean? But like, nah. Ja Rule, you know what I mean, is a GOAT. Ja Rule is a GOAT, you know what I mean? And like we gotta start putting some respect on his name. All these media people put some respect on Ja Rule's name, B. You know what I mean? But even do a song with Ja. Nah, I wouldn't put Max B and Ja Rule. That's a bad idea. But yeah, we need Max, his project to be it needs to be top tier. It needs to be top tier. His moves have to be a lot more strategic. You know what I'm saying? He can't move like how he was moving before he got to jail. Before he went to jail, it can't be that you. All right, the more value, the less places you are, the more valuable you are. You understand what I'm saying? The less places you are, the more valuable you are. I don't care how long you've been in jail. I don't care what your situation is. You have to treat your excuse me, you have to treat your movements with value. Okay? You have to be a high value artist, high value movement. If Max touched Kanye, it would be even crazier. Yes, you took the words out of my mouth. If he does a track with Kanye, you get Kanye, Snoop, Drake. You understand what I'm saying? You get some of those dudes on his project. That joint is gonna be out of this world. Even like a Dr. Dre. Even get a Dr. Dre, but he don't need Dr. Dre. He got a Dame Grease. I think Dame Grease is the East Coast Dr. Dre. I'm not taking that from Dame Grease because he has his own lane. So I don't even want to. I'm just saying Dr. Dre because it was Dr. Dre and then it was Dame Grease, if that makes sense. You feel me? So I think, I think Dame Grease is the East Coast Dr. Dre, you know, and the reason why I say that, DMX. There would be no DMX without Dame Grease. You know what I mean? Dame Grease created the soundtrack. He Dame Grease created a soundtrack project with DMX. DMX was able to pour his life into that first album. You understand what I'm saying? So he don't even need no big, stupid A-list, not stupid A-list, but like some, nobody that major, But moreover, it would be nice. It would be nice if he had a Dr. Dre. It would be nice if he had what's the guy's name? Is it Hitmaker? Then you got Heatmaker, and then I forget this kid's name. Hitman, this the guy who was producing all of that music with Nas. He did like 2, 3 albums with Nas. We gonna see who this guy is. Let's do some research real quick while we on here. And let me know. Put it in the chat. Hit Boy. Thank you. If he can get some tracks with Hit Boy, that'll be hard. And I'm gonna keep it a beam with y'all. Maybe Max B need to drop a double album. Why not? Drop a double album. 10 songs on one side, 10 songs on the other. One side could be bigger, the other side could be Velly. You understand what I'm saying? Bigger side A, Velly side B. You know what I mean? So this he has to move with value. When you are a representative for Harlem, for Harlem, you gotta move. That's how real Harlem niggas move, B. Dope idea. Yeah, most definitely. Double album. Double album. This is where I come from. I do this, man. I sleep this music stuff. I breathe, eat, and sleep this music stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I was in the Boys Choir of Harlem, you know, for about 8, 9 years, and I'm glad that Big Avell was able to let people know in this interview that he wasn't in the Boys Choir of Harlem. He was in the Choir Academy of Harlem, you know. And I mean, shoot, to even think back to it, I don't even know if you could have not been in the Boys Choir of Harlem and be in the Choir Academy of Harlem, because Dr. Turnbull, he made sure everybody sang. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what Max's situation was, you know what I mean, when he was in the choir. I would love to have a sit down and talk to him about it. Moreover, I do feel like he had to have learned some of his music skill while being in the school. Moreover, yes. Um, Max B, yo, he could his this new project that he's gonna drop. It has, and this is why he can't be outside like that. I hope he takes this exam, he takes this whatever happened over the past couple days and learns from it and say, yo, you know what, man, let me be easy, yo, let me be easy, yo. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I'm trying to see who else could be on his project, man. You know, like it's gonna be ill. It's gonna be ill. Double CD, you know. If he had a website, if Max B had a website, right, where he could just solely drop his music and that's the only place you can get it, he would kill him. He would make a killing. He would make a killing. And where you can just go to his website and buy the album. Buy the album for $10 or $20. I'm pretty sure if Max B had a website and he was like, yo, everybody go to thisisbigavelli.com or maxb.com or whatever the case is, and you can buy my new CD, $20. I'm pretty sure at least 50,000 people are gonna go buy that album. And I'm lowballing it. Pause. You understand what I'm saying? What's 50,000 times 20? That's $1 million right there. That's light bread. So, and I know it's gonna be more people that's gonna buy it. I know it's gonna be more people that's gonna buy it. Now we talking big money. Now I know the industry is it's not all about the money. It's not all about ownership. You understand what I'm saying? Um, that's when the masters come into play. So that's why labels, sometimes you might need the labels because of certain things that they can do with the music that you might not be able to do with the music. Okay, placement is important. These days, placement is important. That's why a lot of artists are selling their masters, because it's harder for them to get placement for their music when they have their masters and have nothing to do with it. When you sell your masters to a corporation or whatever the case is for $100 million or whatever the case is, they're able to place your music on soundtracks. They're able to place your music on commercials. They're able to place your music in movies and wherever you walking through Walmart or whatever the case is, Amazon commercials, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of people are doing that. So there is some type of alignment to why people aren't just dropping their music on an actual website. It's politics. But yeah, man, I would love to see Max B do a song with what other artists? You got NBA YoungBoy. I don't know. That might be kind of far of a far reach. But yeah, definitely a Kanye. Definitely a Kanye. Definitely Wiz Khalifa, Snoop Dogg. A Jada Kiss. Uh, Gotta do something with Cam. You know, I would love for him to do something with Mace. Do something with Mace. You know what I'm saying? Yo, shout out to Big Mike Boss Don. Shout out to you, B. Peace, peace. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Yeah, man. I haven't been going live a lot, but Swiss Beats could be good too. Yeah, Swiss is a good look. Swiss is a good look. I just think that um yeah, I was going to pause on Swiss for a minute, but nah, Swiss is going to be good. It's just that I'm more of in a Dame pocket than a Swiss pocket. I love Swiss. I love Swiss beats. I just think that Max B, his music and his style has become so nostalgic. Like people, when they hear them together, it's like it takes you back to when Max first dropped. It's timeless. It's timeless music. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he can do something with a Swiss beats. Cause Swiss, he makes good music. Swiss makes arena music. I feel like Kanye makes stadium music, and Swiss Beats he makes arena music. You know, so yeah, it would definitely be something good, man. He can do something with a Neo. Neo Neo is a hell of a writer. He got to get with a team of artists who write. He got to get in those rooms, man. He got to get in those rooms. Everybody is honoring him. They showing him love. You know, um, but yeah, man. If do something with Nas, maybe. You know, currency. Yeah, yeah. That's why I said a double album will be so important. Yeah, a double album will be so important because we can listen to Max B all day, like him going bar for bar, three verses, all of that. But it's like I think it's time for us to see the Max B who can like do songs with other artists. So when he performs, people can be like, oh, all right, he did this song with this one or that one or whatever the case is. You know, and I just feel like we never got a chance to experience that with Max B. I think that's why we want to see some features. We never got a chance for that. And this is now. We need to experience that. Only people he was doing songs with was Jim Jones. That was it. You know what I'm saying? So I think if he can get like some really good features, I think that would be a very good look for him, man. But I'm super proud of him, man. You know, this kid is definitely on his way to make some big moves. I just want him to move safe. Just move of caution. Stay in the studio, stay in the lab. I know him and French Montana about to drop a ill mixtape or whatever the case is, but it can't just be him and French Montana on it. I'm sorry. It has to be a list of other artists. It just can't be Max B and French Montana and New York rappers. There has to be artists from the A-list artists that are from different states, different territories. Like, yo, nigga, get Bad Bunny for like, you know what I'm saying? Get artists who can shake the ground, man. You know what I'm saying? That can shake the ground because his music it sticks to the melodies that he sings with the music is unmatched. It's unmatched. It almost reminds me of Tupac. It reminds me of Tupac and Biggie. I think that's why he took the name Bigavelli because I don't know if y'all remember how Biggie used to rhyme on over the beat, like to the melody of the beat. You know, like he did that. Tupac did the same thing. You feel me? So we have to be very strategic when we are making these type of projects. You know, even 50 Cent, do a song with Fifth, do a song with 50 Cent. You know, um, yeah, yeah, we're about to experience something real real special, y'all. He listen, he had a 7-day run. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know he's home. Now stay in the studio. Stay off the streets. Stay in the studio. I will cancel any club date that I have coming up. I would just cancel it, bruh. Cancel the club appearances now. Listen, I respect you club promoters. You know what I'm saying? All that salsa fuego and partake, all these clubs, cancel it, bruh. Cancel it. Stop all of these walkthroughs. Cancel it, B. It's not worth it, man. Because you know who gonna come into those clubs? Who was I just listening just now? All of those people who gonna be coming to those clubs so you can get that little bag, bruh. You know who gonna be there? The opportunist, the old street ties, people with the old street ties. You know what I'm saying? Who you had issues with, they gonna be there. The clout chasers, they gonna be there. The media bait people, they gonna be there. All right? The negative press, they gonna be there. The people who want unnecessary conflict, they gonna be there. All right? And people who just want to put you into negative situations, they gonna be there. You understand what I'm saying? So stay out the club, man. Stay out the club, man. Stay out the club. That's it. Stay in the studio, drop your music. You know, if you're going to do a show, do a show. Do a show. Sit down with 50 Cent. Sit down with Cameron. Sit down with Mace. Do a show at the Apollo, Max. I think the Apollo shut down. They're doing renovation. Do a show. Do a show, man. You understand what I'm saying? Let people buy tickets. Let Live Nation know that you could sell out, you know, a theater. Do the MSG theater. They got a theater down there, Max. Do Rockefeller Plaza, not Rockefeller Plaza. The theater down there at Rockefeller Center over there. Yeah, do that. Do Broadway. Like, get to the big bag, man. Don't do these clubs, man. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of the promoters. You know, you probably promised them some appearance dates and all this other kind of stuff. Don't, man. Just leave it alone, man. Leave it alone. Like this is the energy that I'm putting into the universe. Hopefully it gets to him because I want to see him to continue to make music because this man has learned from his dark past. He's learned from it. Now he's trying to do something positive. You understand what I'm saying? So don't stay out the clubs, Max. Charlie, stay out the clubs, bro. Do some theaters. That's the real money. Trust me, that's the real money, the safe money. You ain't gotta worry about no club, don't niggas throwing bottles nah, bro. Nah. But listen, man. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you hit the like button. Do all of that. You know what I'm saying? I gotta hit the sack because I gotta go to church in the morning, man. I gotta go to church. All right. I'm gonna do a live tomorrow. All right. We're gonna chop it up. I got some more topics. I'm gonna start doing more lives. I got y'all. The numbers is going good for the lives. So I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the like button and make sure you move strategically. All right. High value movement. All right. We going into the 2026 with high value movement. All right. One.